Howdy everybody. I wanted to do just a quick video on showing you guys some ideas for container gardening. I know that with this economic crisis coming up, it's going to be real important for people to do a lot more gardening, and even people who have never gardened, I believe that they're going to find a need to learn how this year. So what this video today is going to be is just kind of some just showing you some ideas for container gardening. Now keep in mind that we are still in winter, so everything that you'll see in this video is going to be stuff that I have not cleaned up for spring yet. You're also going to see a lot of junk when I do this video, and that is because my current profession is that I'm in the junk business, so you're going to see a lot of junk around the property. So I also have to edit this video, and I've never done an edited video where I'm piecing different parts of the video together, so please forgive me if it doesn't look very good or if the wind picks up on the sound. I'll do my best. But anyway, I just wanted to kind of show you guys just some different ideas that you can use for stuff for container gardening. So I'm going to turn the camera around and we're going to walk over to a couple of different areas, and I'll show you some things that I use in my container gardening. Over here, you're going to see right here, these are old tires that have been taken and turned inside out and made into planters, and that's not a real hard thing to do. These were old ones that my uncle had that I got from him, and he just basically took them and turned them inside out and cut them a little decorative and painted them up, which of course I need to repaint them. But that's one idea that you can use. Let's move over here, and this is just something extra. You'll notice a lot of rocks. Got a lot of rocks over here. That is something I use because I use rocks in my gardening sometimes. So you might want to, if you find like extra rocks or extra bricks or pieces of bricks or things like that, you may want to pick those up and use those as well. I've got some old spare tires here that I'm going to take and turn into planters. So there's some ideas for you. Here is another thing. This is a big clay pot that I got with its base. Over here I've got a bunch of smaller plastic pots, and you have to learn to be creative. Here on the ground you'll see this is an old it's an old paper shredder that I used last year to plant tomatoes in. We've got over here, you can hear the car going by. We've got 5-gallon buckets. I have a bunch of those that I use. There's some more big pots that I had tomatoes in. A bunch more clay pots. An old garbage can thing right there. So those are some ideas that you guys can use. Let's see if I can get this in here. That's an old tea kettle that I used. Okay, over here I've got some more clay pots down there. And there's also an old bathroom wastebasket. And this right here, this one, and that one over there as well. You can see those. Those are actually produce trays that came out of an old refrigerator that we recycled. So you can use those things as well. Anything, I just took those, and I don't know if you probably really can't see it very well. I just drilled holes in the bottom for drainage, and I put them on a old piece of plastic shelving right there for drainage. So that's another idea that you guys can use too. This has absolutely nothing to do with gardening, but while I was out here I just thought I would show you. This is a septic, part of our septic line, and it's actually a septic hole. If you'll see, it runs from the house all the way down here, and then it runs out past the driveway and drains out past there. And if you've ever lived in the country and ever had to clean one of these, then you'll know that that is a nasty job, but that's just part of living in the country. Here's something else that I use. These are old 50-gallon drums, and you can see they're pretty old, but I use these to collect rainwater in, and that's something that helps, especially when you're container gardening. If you have months that are pretty dry, I put them right up under the eaves of the house, so when the rain falls off the house, the rainwater collects in these, and then I use the rainwater to help water my plants when I'm doing my garden in the summer. So that's a good tip for you guys to think of. And you don't have to use drums. You can use old garbage cans, buckets. I think I actually have some old shop vac canisters over there on the other side of the house that I use as well. So that's another good tip for you. This is part of my scrap wood pile. Scrap wood and scrap iron. I keep a lot of scrap wood and scrap iron on hand for building stuff. And you can also use a lot of that in the garden. That's part of an old bed frame. I think it was an old bed headboard actually that we converted last year, and I'm going to take it and reconvert it probably into some kind of trellis for the garden this year. Now here's something, and a lot of people are going to say, ooh, that's gross, that's nasty, but this is an old toilet that we are going to recycle. And what I'm going to do is clean it up real good and sanitize it all the way out. And I'm going to actually use this to probably put some pepper plants in or something like that. And I know a lot of people think that that's gross, but when it's cleaned out and sanitized, then it's just like a regular normal clay pot. And here's something else too, if you guys can see those. Those are a bunch of old cane fishing poles that I got out of an auction, and those are great for stakes for your tomato plants and your bigger plants. You can also use them for bean runners and things like that. So if you see a bunch of stuff like that, you might want to pick that up and keep that on hand as well. So that's just some tips for you to help kind of get you started on your container gardening. Like I said, people think that you have to spend a lot of money when you do gardening, and you really don't if you use a little ingenuity and you recycle a lot of stuff. I always encourage people to recycle, because you can find so much stuff just dirt cheap or even free that you can use to recycle for another purpose. So, you know, hopefully that'll help give you guys some ideas and some tips. I know that times are getting tough and the economy's really tanking, and everybody's going to have to save pennies where they can. So just remember to start putting some of these ideas to use and formulating some of your own ideas in your head. And don't forget to get your garden seeds. Remember, heirloom seeds and open pollinated seeds only. Do not buy generic Walmart brand seeds and things like that. They've got to be heirloom and they've got to be open pollinated. And you guys, if you have any suggestions or other tips or great recycling projects that you've done, then you can do a video response or just leave comments below. You guys take care. Bye-bye.